Hello and welcome to your Qigong practice for today. As always, do what works for you and your body. So if I do anything today in this practice that doesn't work for you and your body, please modify it. With some of the moves, I'll actually show you modifications. But again, if anything provides discomfort or hurts or just isn't in your range of motion, please modify it to suit you. Okay, let's begin. Hands over the lower belly, the lower dantian. We're going to take nice deep breaths in and out through our lower belly, through our nose. So as you inhale, expand the belly. As you exhale, belly goes back towards the spine. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, belly goes back towards the spine. Now bring your hands to your sides, just below your ribs. So with your hands like this, thumbs in the back, just below your ribs. Nice softness in the knees. And we're going to do chi belt breathing. So your energy belt goes all the way around your body. So again, hands just below the ribs. As you inhale, belly expands, the whole chi belt expands. Push your hands out. So push in with your hands. And as you exhale, push in with your hands again as the belly goes back towards the spine. So inhale, pushing the hands out. Exhale, belly goes back towards the spine, still pressing in with the hands on both the inhales and the exhales. Feeling your back expand into your thumbs. One more full round of breath here. Beautiful. Arms down to the sides. Now we're going to go into spinal cord breathing. So as you bring your arms up, look up, inhale. And as you exhale, chin comes towards the chest, tucking the tailbone, curving through the spine, forearms towards each other but not touching. So we inhale up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. I'll show you the side view. Exhale down. Next time we come down, we're going to go to your left. Inhale up, then turn to the front and then exhale down. Now turn to your right. Inhale up, exhale down to the center. Turn to your left. Inhale up. Exhale down. Turn. This is great to get energy moving in your side ribs. Now we'll do one more to the center. Beautiful. Arms out and down to the sides. Awesome. Now we're going to do a little work for the neck and shoulders. Bringing the hands together behind the back, like this. And if that's not available to you, you can bring your hands lower or even to your hips. So whatever your range of motion allows for you today. And let's do nice, gentle head rolls, nice and slow. And if you've got some extra tension in your neck and shoulders, you can mouth exhale as you come forward. Mouth exhales are great for purging, releasing. And then the next time your head comes up, pause and go the other way. The arms down. Now bring the arms out to the sides, pressing the palms down towards the earth or towards the floor. Gently bring one ear over to your shoulder. Hold this. Nice deep breaths. Breathing from the belly. And then slowly start to roll your head back and forth. The head does not need to come too far back. Inhale as your head comes up. Exhale as it comes forward. Inhaling up. Exhale down. And if you've got some neck and shoulder tightness, feel free to do mouth exhales. Purge that tightness and tension. Next time your head comes forward, down to the chest, roll it over to the other side. Now hold this side. Feel that nice stretch and feel the release as you breathe into any tightness that you have all along here. And then slowly start to roll your head forward and back. Pressing those palms down to help facilitate this stretch. Next time the head comes forward, drop your chin to your chest, drop your arms down. If you need to shake that out a little bit, do that. Great. Now take a wider stance. Bending through the knees, hands just above the knees, and we're going to move the body like a river. So bring your weight to one side, and as you go to the other side, it's hips, torso, and then your head comes forward over last. Hips, torso, head. And breathe. So you're moving your body nice and fluid like a river, only bending through the knees as far as is comfortable for you. And being careful not to have your knees coming past your toes forward. Now you can bring this a little lower, like bending forward, looking down at the ground. And the next time you come to the center, pause and go over into a forward fold. Feel that nice stretch in your hamstrings. Releasing through the low back, releasing your head down. Let the weight of the head bring it down. And breathe. Now bend through the knees and very slowly come up. Let the arms hang, and then one hand over the back of the other. We'll go up into a nice little back bend. Stretching up, pushing your hips forward. Nice little back bend here. I never go too far back because that doesn't work for me and my body. Then back up straight. Arms out and down to the sides. Staying in this nice wide-legged stance. Bending through the knees again. Now we're going to go into a second version of moving the body like a river. So bring your weight to one side, and then as you come over to the other leg, our elbow down to the thigh, bring this arm up. So we inhale here, exhale as you come forward and down to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is so good for your side ribs. We're going to do one more each side. Then we're going to come back to center into another forward fold. Notice if your hamstrings have released a little bit more. You're coming down a little bit further, releasing through the low back. Let the head hang. Bending through the knees, slowly roll up. Arms up above the head, pushing the hips forward, gentle back bend, and we're going to go into full body flow. So we're going to come forward and down again on an exhale, then bend through the knees as you come up on an inhale. Stretching all the major muscle groups in the body. We do the back as we come down. We do the front of the body as we come up. One more time. Exhale as you come forward and down. Inhale as you come up. And then bring your arms down to the sides. Okay, let's come back to our shoulder width stance. Nice and comfortable. I'm often a little bit wider than shoulders because that's where my body likes to be. That's what's comfortable for me. So now we're going to go into a little bit of more mobility for neck and shoulders. We're going to go into arm spirals, and we're going to do one-handed arm spirals today. So right hand on your hip, bring your left arm out, palm up. And our target here is to keep our palm up. So, and the arms, I'm just going to show you, our arm is going to move with our hips. So holding your arm here, do hip circles. And so that's what we want this move, the flow of this move to be like, is your arm is going to follow the movement of the hips. So pause. Now, bring your hips to your right, and your arm comes in. And as your hips come back, point your fingers in towards your body and then come out behind you. And then as your hips come left, your arm follows that. As your hips come forward, arm up above the head, and as you straighten up, arm back to the starting position. So I'll show that slowly again. That's hard for me to say. So hips right, fingers point in. Hips back, fingers back. Hips left, fingers point to the left. As the hips come forward, fingers and arms above the head, and then back to the starting position. So let's flow this. Again, we're attempting to keep the palm up. And if the arm movement is hard for you here, simply do hip circles and continue to move your arm. And it doesn't matter if you're not doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing. We'll do one more. Bring that above the head and back to the starting position. Bring that arm down, that hand to the hip. Now we'll do the other side. So hips, fingers point in, hips back, fingers point back, hips to the right, fingers to the right, hips forward, fingers and arms above the head. And then as you straighten, back to the starting position. So hips right, fingers point in. Hips back, fingers point back. Hips left, sorry, right. I'm doing your opposite, so I always got to say the opposite. My teacher, Lee Holden, has had teachers that just say, okay, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. And I think sometimes just being quiet and doing the move and letting the actions speak for themselves. What is that? A picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, I wonder how many. I think a video is worth 10,000 words sometimes. And make sure you continue to breathe while you're doing this. If this is a new move for you, Sometimes, and I know I can do this, we can tend to hold our breath. If you're breathing and you're moving your hips, just circle your hips and you're moving your arm, even if it's not the same that I'm doing, that's fine. And attempting to keep your palm face up. Nature moves in spirals, so Qigong attempts to follow a lot of movements in nature. Animals, trees, wind. Let's do one more complete flow after this one. Back to the center and pause. And drop that down. And just if you need to give your arms a little shake, give your arms a little shake. And given that we just did a circular movements with our hips, and we don't often do a lot of movements for our hips, bring your knuckles into your low back, like this. We're just gonna go forward, press the knuckles in, come back, and each time you bring your hips back, move your knuckles to a new spot. You're giving yourself a little bit of an adjustment here, not pressing directly on the spine, but to the sides. Go higher and lower, moving the knuckles to a new spot every time you come down. Get into the hips. I know this can be a little tight spot for so many of us with sitting. One more time. Awesome. So we've done forward and back. We've done circles with arm spirals. Now let's do side to side. Let your arms hang and just move your hips from side to side. This is called dog wags the tail. And you can speed it up. And slow it right down. Play with different speeds for yourself. You know, it may not feel like you're doing much, but this is so good for your hips. And then slow this down, come to stillness, and then bend through the knees. We're going to do picking cherries. So one arm up at a time, inhaling up, pick that cherry. Inhale up, keeping the knees bent while you do this. Inhale up. One more time, each side. Beautiful. Lots of activation and stretching and breathing. Now let's shake. And we're going to inhale through the nose, and then we're going to exhale with a sigh, like ha, like the heart, and that is the heart healing sound. Loosen through the wrists, the hands, the shoulders, bouncing into the heels. The heels don't need to come off the ground, but they can. If you choose to, you can bounce into the heels. That's really good for your bones, but it might not be good for your knees. So do what works for you, please, always. One more time, and then we'll slow it down. And then slow it down, come to stillness. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel that energy moving throughout your entire body. You may feel some tingling in your hands and in your fingers. Just feel that. Qi is life force energy. And Gong can be translated into work or skill or even experience. So you are doing energy work by doing this. All right, let's go into our flows. And for our flows, generally we inhale and exhale through the nose, unless otherwise indicated, especially when we're doing healing sounds. So let's float our arms up on an inhale, float them down on an exhale. Inhale up, weight a little bit more into the heels, exhale down, weight a little bit more towards the toes. A small, gentle rocking motion as you inhale and exhale. We're opening the flow. One more time, up, and then exhale down. Bringing your arms around in front of you. We're going to go into our 5 elements flow. So the first movement is for the metal element, and that's connected to your lungs. So we're going to do Buddha holds up the earth. So the mechanics of the move are floating the arms up, palms face towards the lungs, then spiral the hands and thumbs out and up. Nice soft roundness in the arms. And then as we come down, we spiral the hands back, facing towards the lungs, and then down to the starting position. Arms away from the body to allow for the energy to move. We inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come forward and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Dropping your arms to your sides. The next element is the water element, connected to our kidneys at our low back. So we hinge at the hips and the waist. Backs of the hands come towards each other. And then as we come up through the midline of the body, and the arms float out and down. This is called the fountain. So hinging at the hips and the waist, we inhale as we come up, exhale as we come down. Inhale, exhale. Imagine you have water from the earth coming up through the soles of your feet, up the insides of your legs to your abdomen, and then all the way from there, all the way up to the chest. We're bringing calmness and tranquility into the body, into our energy system. We'll do this one more time. Awesome. Bringing your hands out in front of you. As we go into the wood element, and that's connected to the liver, right side of your ribs. So turn to your right as we do tree sways in the wind. So the arms come up above the heads, fingers, singular head and plural fingers pointing down towards the crown of your head. So nice soft wrists here and soft fingers. Then we float the arms out and down. Now turn to your left. We inhale as we come up, fingers pointing to the crown. Pause the breath as you turn to the front, and then exhale as you come down. Pause the breath here. Turn. Inhale up. Turn. Exhale down. Pause the breath. Turn. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're pausing the breath as we turn. Inhaling on the way up. Exhaling down. You're like a tree swaying in the wind. We'll do one more on each side. Just pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. Check into your body. Breathe in and out through the nose. Then bring your arms up. Nice roundness in the arm. Fingers pointing towards each other but not touching. And the palms are facing towards the chest, towards the heart. This posture is called embrace the tree. And palms are facing towards the heart, because the next element is the fire element, and the organ, the yin organ, is the heart. And it's also, we have two yin organs on this one, also the pericardium, which is the protective sac around the heart. So as we go into this move for fire and heart, and that's the organ and the element for summer, we're going to do a move called cloudy hands. So drop your right hand down to about lower abdomen height, palm facing towards the earth. Shift your weight to your left leg, and then turn at the hips and the waist, and then you change your hands. So the bottom hand comes up in front of the heart, top hand comes down, palm facing towards the ground. So shift the weight to the right, turn at the hips and the waist, and then switch your hands. Nice roundness in this upper arm, palm facing towards the heart. Shift the weight, turn, switch the hands. Shift the weight, turn, switch the hands. And for this move, there's no specific direction, just nice deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And as at the time of this Qigong class, depending on when you're watching the recording, it is summer here, and it's been quite hot and humid where I live in London, Canada, up to, around 30 degrees Celsius a lot of days, and a lot hotter with the humidex. So with that, we can use the healing sound for the heart, which sounds like a big sigh, ha. So you could inhale as you go one direction, and as you go the other direction. That can help release some heat, both in your body and also in your emotions as well. If you're feeling a lot of heat in your heart, some impatience, even hate, helps release it. So doing the healing sound with the movement helps release heat, both physically, emotionally, and energetically. And then the next time you do the healing sound, drop it down to a whisper. And now, just continue to breathe in and out through the nose. I invite you to test this out just anytime you're feeling overheated, emotionally or physically. Do this cloudy hands move. It's also a move that's done in Qigong, or rather in Tai Chi. Let's do one more each direction. And then as you come back to the center, we're even going to do the posture for this one. So bring your hands, palms, up towards the sky, thumbs up, palms up. We want our palms up because the heart energy meridian goes from the heart down the inside of the arms to the palms. So invite that universal healing energy to come down into your palms. This posture is called holding the golden urn to the sky. So invite some healing energy in here. And allow it to flow into your palms, into your heart, after it flows through your inner arms into your heart. And then we'll slowly bring these hands down to the abdomen, bringing this healing energy right here into our abdomen. And that's great to bring that into here, because as we go into our next element, that's the earth element, and it's connected to the spleen on the left side of your ribs, also your stomach and your pancreas. So we're bringing healing and digestive energy here into our lower abdomen. So hinge at the hips and the waist, bending the knees, flow the arms out as we go into this move for the spleen and the earth element, bringing the energy back into the abdomen. This is called pebble in the pond. So hinging, hips and waist, bending the knees. We exhale as we float our arms out and around. And then we inhale as we straighten back up, bringing that energy into the lower abdomen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And you can visualize as if you are a pebble that's been dropped into the pond, and our arms are the waves rippling out and coming back in. This is the only flow in the 5 elements where we actually bend the legs, bending and straightening with the knees. That's because the energy meridian for the spleen is in the legs, on the inside of the legs. So we're helping to activate that energy meridian. Exhaling out, inhaling in. Do this one more time. Exhale out. Inhale in. Beautiful. Bringing your arms down to your sides. Now we're going to smooth out all this energy with pulling down the heavens. So float the arms up above your head. And then bring the arms down on an exhale. Palms facing towards you. Smoothing out all the energy that you just created. So inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This can help to direct any excess energy in your head, through your head, down through your heart, through your solar plexus, to store it in your lower abdomen. Lower abdomen is the place of original chi, original energy. It's where we're all birthed from. And we always like to store any excess energy down here in the lower abdomen, the lower dantian, for use throughout the rest of our day. You can always tap into that lower abdomen for extra energy. It's your power center. Now we're going to pause at the lower abdomen, connecting the hands between the webbing, between the thumb and the forefinger. Hands over the lower abdomen, just below the navel, bringing the legs and feet closer together, closing down the eyes as we go into bamboo in the wind. Soften your feet, your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. Soften through your neck and head. Nice, slow, natural breathing through your nose. Allow your body to rock and sway. You're ready, you can open your eyes. Drop your arms down to your sides. Give yourself a little wiggle, a stretch, whatever you need. We did a lot of static standing there, and we did a lot of amazing life force energy work. So with the yin and yang symbol, I'm going to express my gratitude for you being with me today. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.